Thanks for joining me on this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. And also be sure to follow me on these other social media platforms. Links are in the description below. Alright, have and have not fans. Now this is a video where I honestly don't care if you like it or if you hate it, due to the fact I'm just going to be stating my opinion about Candace Young. This is, well, you know what, this is kind of me. Look, I feel like I'm talking to the Candace fan base personally. It has baffled my mind how, up until the point of Candace, I guess you could say, for a lack of a better phrase, putting a hit on her mother. You know, I'm just going to say a hit. Yes, Malik isn't to hurt, kill Hanna. It's about roughing her up in order to make her give up the money. But at the same time, she still hired a thug in order to rough up her own mother. So I'm going to say putting a hit on her mother. Why the hell are there so many people who have been major Candace fans finally saying, oh, you know what, Candace, I'm done with her. She's gone too far. I'm quitting the haves and the have-nots. Are you telling me that you're okay with everything she's done up until this point to a bunch of other people, but for her to actually do this to her own mother, oh yeah, that's the straw that broke the camel's back. I'm really done with Candace in the show now. I am baffled by this. I mean, let me know. This is me asking the question. Why is it this one thing that makes you feel that Candace has gone too far? Literally. I didn't even hear people crying out about this when she pushed Oscar out of a damn window. I mean, granted, you know, it was self-defense because she actually was randomly spotted by Oscar coming off the elevator. Then he slammed her, which was pretty just glorious to see her finally being brought down. But at the same time, it was kind of bad, you know, the way he was beating her up. But at the same time, you can see where he's coming from because she did drug him and his life was literally on the line. But at the same time, you know, it was self-defense, even though, you know, she did deserve it. But nobody really cried out, Candace has gone too far. But oh no, I'm going to call a non-violent hit. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to call a thug to attack my mother in a non-lethal fashion to get $8.8 million. That's not mine to begin with, but it's still mine into my account. So basically, yeah, I feel like I'm getting dumber just talking about this. I don't know why people figure, is everybody, what, is Hanna off limits while all the other characters that Candace has either conned, screwed over, beat up maliciously? Like, she beat up Rocky with a fucking golf club and nearly tore his head in, and nobody really said anything about that. But oh no, I'm gonna call this guy to rough up my mom and I want to quit the show. I'm just tired of people just jumping ship over the littlest stuff when Candace has done far worse than this. Yes, it's inexcusable calling a hit on your mother, but think of all the times she's verbally abused her mother, publicly humiliated her. I mean, granted, in episode 1, nobody knew that Candace was her daughter aside from Celine, you know, where Hanna's serving drinks for the first time. Remember, this is way back in episode 1 during Jim's birthday, where she was first hired by the Catherine, and she was giving everybody drinks, and I think it was Veronica who was the first to kind of ask questions about Candace, and she was like, so tell us about your family. What does your mother do? Oh, she died, right where Hanna was right there. And I think that's when she spilled the wine on her. And yeah, I get it. Like, I do understand Candace is grieving and whatnot, but oh, excuse me, she hasn't properly grieved the death of her son as a result of her own actions, but I don't want to get into that. But at the same time, I just don't see, look, okay, I get it. There are fandoms of all series. You have people who ship two characters together. You have people who are fans of one or more particular characters while they loathe another character or characters. And those people who are diehard fans are some of my least favorite people. I'm not just talking about the haves and the have-nots. Trust and believe, The Flash, oh my God, the West Allen fans are the worst. But, okay, I'm not telling people who they can and cannot like. That is not what I'm here to do. Who am I to judge? I'm just saying that it just annoys me when there are fans of particular shows or franchises or characters. Being a fan is one thing, but being a fanboy or fangirl is another. Or I guess you could say being ignorant. The people who blatantly ignore the faults of a character because they love the character. And when you try to tell them about, I get that you like this character, but you remember that time she did this? Oh, that other person deserved it. So you're telling me that Jim deserved to be in an electric chair and lost almost $8 million and had to sign over a sports car? Granted, yeah, you know, he had Candace abducted by the mob, but at the same time, you know, I'm not saying that, well, it's hard for me to say she didn't deserve that, but Candace was literally playing a bigger game than she was accustomed to. So that's my thing with Candace that I just really hate. It's just like, oh, as long as if I'm the one controlling everything, it's fine. But then when I find out that I've bitten off more than I can chew, I'm not going to play anymore, or I'm going to get you back 5 times worse than you got me. She's just a sore loser. And then it's even more annoying the fact she keeps on claiming that that money is mine. It's something that's owed to me. And I'm just, sit your ass down. So it's like what Veronica said to Benny, sit your nasty ass down. It's like, sit your dumb ass down in the corner, Candace. It just makes no sense whatsoever. So I just don't understand. Guys, there is not enough time in the day to list out all the things Candace has done up until this point that I would argue is possibly even worse than her sending a thug after her own mother, and people still supported Candace. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments, why is it that there are people who are diehard Candace Young fans? I just don't know why this situation where she would call a thug on her own mother is more unacceptable than everything she's done up until this point. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm sorry that I went a bit, well, black in the video. I literally had an N-word moment, but I just literally cannot understand why there are so many people who are just now claiming, oh, Candace, this is irredeemable, unforgivable, I don't like you. And I'm like, okay, now you're like, well, now you're feeling this way. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this, and maybe I'll talk to you later. I need to cool off somewhere.